Hello everyone, welcome to a new tutorial on Amplify Bloom. Our newest product offers industry-level bloom effects in an all-in-one easy-to-use package. It's fully compatible with Unity 5 and capable of running on desktops, consoles and high-end mobile devices. We start by importing the package as you would with any other Unity plugin and add the Amplify Bloom component to your camera. Our bloom solution is based on a commonly used AAA technique that allows for quality flicker and firefly reduction. In addition to the base bloom effect, it offers temporal filtering for even greater flicker reduction, lens dirt and starburst, a bokeh filter, lens flare, and glare effects. The base bloom effect offers two filtering techniques. The realistic mode provides the best visual results, while the natural mode is faster but uses a less robust technique based on simple bilinear filtering. Two precision modes are available. As the name hints, low is less processing intensive when compared to the high precision mode and should be used whenever possible, especially when targeting high-end mobile devices. When the low precision mode is selected, a LDR range value is enabled and can be freely adjusted to approximate its results to the high precision mode. In most cases, the differences between the two will be negligible, making the low precision mode the ideal choice for almost any project. Bloom intensity can be freely adjusted. Adjusting the luminance threshold allows you to define which areas contribute to the bloom effect. We included several debug modes that allow you to visualize individual features. Amplify Bloom has a comprehensive set of weight MIP controls that allow you to accurately and easily define how each MIP level contributes to the generated effect. It may seem complicated at first, but we assure you that once you get the hang of it, you will never want to use limited adjustment sliders again. The MIP count defines the amount of generated MIPs. Higher values provide smoother results, but it's more performance intensive. Try to keep a lower count on less capable devices. The blur radius defines the values used on the tint filter when upscaling the source size. It's only active when the realistic technique is selected. Feature source ID defines which MIP will be used for the lens flare and glare generation. Selecting a lower MIP provides better visual results, but it's more GPU intensive. As mentioned earlier, the bloom effect is generated and controlled by a weighted combination of each of the generated upscaled MIPs. The value of the available weights mirrors the MIP count set above. From high to low, you can define the values for the blur step, the blur radius, and the actual weight that determines the MIP contribution to the bloom effect. As you can see, this method offers far more control than what's available in the standard bloom effect. Increasing the values on the higher resolution MIP will guarantee that the finer details will be included, while the lower resolution MIPs ensure a smooth and broader bloom effect without eliminating existing detail. In most cases you can use the default values, but we strongly encourage you to tweak them for your own scenes. Our bloom solution is based on a common AAA technique that focuses on flickering and firefly artifact reduction. On top of that, it also offers additional temporal filtering to further improve final results. The temporal filter behavior is defined by a curve range. Its value can be adjusted, but the default should work for most projects. The filter value defines the position on the filter curve range. Adjusting the value should produce immediate results. A second threshold layer provides additional control for extra features such as lens flare, glare, dirt, and starburst effects. This threshold is applied on top of the main threshold and only influences the extra features. You can use a static texture or your own dynamic render-to-texture to simulate lens dirt and lens starburst effects. Simply set the texture to be used and adjust the intensity. The visibility can be tweaked using a set of MIP weights similar to the ones shown earlier. The amount and resolution of the MIPs available is mirrored from the base bloom effect parameters. The weight can be freely tweaked. It's a simple and lightweight effect that when used properly can really improve the overall quality and results of the combined bloom effect. Another lightweight extra feature, the procedural bokeh filter, although not a replacement for depth of field based effects, provides a simple and fast way to simulate camera aperture shapes, allowing for more realistic or stylized results. You can choose from 3 aperture shapes. The advanced settings can be kept in their default state, but do allow for small adjustments. Among others, values for rotation, sample radius, aperture, and focal distance are readily available. Amplify Bloom provides pseudo-flares with procedurally generated lens ghosts and halo for bloom results. It's not the usual texture-based type of flare or the extremely exaggerated array of lens effects and shapes we usually find in less precise packages. The flare is generated based on the object or surface instead of simply applying a flare texture overlay that changes based on camera position, making it a smoother and more visually appealing effect. You can freely tweak its intensity. The blur amount value defines how smooth will the generated flare be. A radial tint gradient is applied to both halo and ghosts according to their screen position. The leftmost color on the gradient corresponds to the screen center. You can create and use your own gradients. Ghosts are the dominant visible feature in camera lens. You can freely adjust their intensity. The count value defines the amount of ghosts generated from each bloom area. Disperser value defines the distance between ghosts generated from the same bloom area. Chromatic distortion defines the amount of chromatic distortion applied to each ghost. For additional control, you can tweak the effect power factor and fall off. Lens halos can be freely tweaked in order to achieve more realistic or stylized results. We provide a few parameters that allow you to force or reduce the effect. You can freely adjust the halo intensity, define its width and chromatic distortion applied to the halo. For additional control, you can tweak the effect power factor and fall off. This is where you can really experiment and get interesting halo results. We strongly encourage you to try them out. Anamorphic lens glare is a common effect used in cinema and video games. When used properly, it creates a soft effect capable of boosting the overall ambience. Remember to always use it with moderation. You can freely adjust the effect intensity, the overall streak scale, define a uniform color tint and a custom gradient. The leftmost color on the gradient corresponds to the sample near the bloom source. You can either use one of the 9 standard glare presets or create your own. Amplify Bloom currently supports up to 32 custom glare types. To start, simply select the custom item on the preset list. After that, we will need to define the amount of shapes we want to create and adjust the values below. You can set the currently selected glare effect for easier editing. Start by naming your shape. You can now freely adjust the available parameters until you are happy with the results. Among others, values for the amount of rays used, spacing, and camera ray rotation influence are readily available. The Glare Advanced settings allow you to define the distance between the samples when creating each ray with the per pass displacement value and the max per ray passes used to build each ray. Do note that more passes means more defined and propagated rays, but it will also come at a greater performance cost. Amplify Bloom will work great on 3D and 2D games, for desktops, consoles, and even high-end mobile devices. For performance reasons, we recommend extensive testing when targeting mobile platforms. Consider using the less performance-intensive, low-precision mode. Full source code is provided. Amplify Bloom is extensible and fast-performing. Be sure to visit our website and learn more about our products. We offer fully functional trial versions of our color grading, vector-based motion blur, and texture virtualization solution for Unity. Try them today!